Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Jose, the California beekeeper. Today we're going to take you along with us. We're going to go shopping for some electric fences, chargers, the whole setup, and we're going to show you how we put it up. We rest in the canyon. There's black bears in the canyon, and we're just trying to rest assured that the black bear is not going to, well, tear our hives up. So stay tuned. Watch it. Check it out. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it, check it out. Cut. All right, we're here at the feed store. We're gonna go inside and get our fencing that we need. All right guys, we had to leave the feed store. They did not have what we were looking for. I thought they did, but they didn't. And it's just something, it was overkill. We don't need it, so we're gonna do it. So here at the hardware store, right now we're in the whole COVID-19 pandemic. So they're regulating who's going in and out of the store. You know, it's good precaution. So we have our, I know I have them here somewhere, our masks. So the one thing that I could say about this whole situation is that in the bee yard, don't have to worry about this. So that's always good to be a beekeeper in times like this, because it is wild out here. Here's the line at Home Depot. We're gonna go find our electric fence. So here I'm going to show you that the electric fence that I'm getting for the bee yard, you know, I don't need it big. 5 miles works good for the size of the bee yard. All depends on the size of your bee yards in order to keep critters or the bears out. So we're going to go with the solar powered charger, just because we're not out there all the time checking on the bee yard. So set this right here. Now the next thing that you're probably going to need is figure out your grounding, the wire that you're going to want, and your post. We're going to go with plastic post, just because we're always moving the bee yard, weed eating, we don't want nothing permanent. And I need to keep this mask on, but it is hot. So we got this gentleman here, and we are working hard. So you got your post, plastic post here, and it all depends on what style you want. We don't need very many, but we don't want to spend an arm and a leg on them either. Let's see, those are too small. These will have to do. So we'll just get a couple of these plastic ones, unless these ones are the same. Yeah, we'll go with the black ones. Let's get some black ones. I'll just get 4 for my main corner pieces at the bee yard. Next, you will need to decide what kind of wire you want to go with. I normally just go with this style wire right here. Works good. You know, the thing about the bears is if they really want to get into your bee yard, they are going to get in. So one good thing about having the bear fence is at least you're trying to prevent the bear from getting into your bee yard and just wiping out a couple colonies. And a lot of you think that they go for the honey. No, they absolutely do not go for the honey. They go for the bee larva. The bee larva has a lot of protein for them. So, you know, in the spring, when the bees are just rolling, bringing in the pollen, just extra stimulated and laying out those bricks of brood, they are gonna get attracted. They're gonna attract all the other critters, which are the bears. The bears will tear it up. Raccoons and skunks, they'll be a little nuisance, but they like to eat the bees. But the bears will tear up your bee boxes and destroy your whole colony. So it's better safe than sorry. So we will go with 656 feet. That's plenty for what we need. Let's do that. And let's find our grounding rod. Here is a big grounding rod, but you know, another thing about these grounding rods, you really don't need for your bear fence, the size of the yard, you don't need to have this big old rod. You can get something that's about 3-4 feet, ground that in, and that's good enough to get a good ground for your bee yard fence. But they have some here. And let's see. Let's get one of these for our grounding rod. And I will show you a trick on what I do, just a cheaper way of getting a different type of grounding rod. I'll go get those concrete stakes. They're a little cheaper and they work, so. Alright guys, so we are here at the bee yard now, and I'm going to show you real quick what we got. I was talking earlier about not getting the grounding rod because it's so expensive. You could get a concrete stake that works just as well. They didn't have the length that we needed in the concrete stakes, so we ended up getting a piece of rebar. Piece of rebar works just as fine. There you go, rebar. We got a couple new stakes just for the corners, just to make it more durable. And we got some old stakes here for the grounding rod, clamp, and we have our electric fence, controller, solar powered, and this is what we're gonna use. Let's see. But where's the bears? I think I got the wrong one. No. It was a joke. This works good for the bears. I don't think anyone tries to keep bears in. So that's why you don't see a bear in there. You do see a coyote. Doesn't control no coyotes or no bulls. What in the world? Well, we're going to show you how to set it up, and should be quick, fast. Let's do it. So here you got your ground clamp. Pretty much set this like so, and you will hook a line from there to your ground, and there's going to be ground, charger, fence. Okay, let me hit it. You can find these kind of rocks over in the Home Depot. They're great. Okay, Mac. And we like to put these posts right here in here. And the edges of your entrance. That way whenever you come in, you can just unhook it, open it up, and drive in. You don't have to take down your post. So I usually space out my stakes. Really, it all depends on the size of your yard. So I don't overkill and do a bunch of stakes because I don't know if my line's gonna drag. So to start off, I do all my 4 corners, and based on the length, I'm just gonna assume that it will drag in a couple spots. So I just put 2 additional stakes in between the 2 corners all the way around, and that's just so your line doesn't drag. And if it does drag, just add another stake. Here, I mean, I just tie it up like, just in a knot. This is gonna be the side that I'm gonna have the hooks on, and we didn't get the hooks. They were out of stock, so for now I'll show you how to do it. And there's your ring for your hook for your entryway. And we'll tighten things up later. For now, we're just gonna get our line laid out. And for a bear yard, you just gotta assume that the bear is, you know, around, you know, even a full-grown black bear. This would be a good height, and then you'd space out another one right below it. What can we use? So just to get your bear fence secured, what you could do is you strap this stick up and you'll loop it. You got to make sure that somehow these strings touch. So this is a good temporary solution just to get your fence fired up. And then I'll go back through everything and start adjusting the heights and tightening everything up. And when I tighten them up, I'll go pull each corner and just loop it, tightening them up. And then I'll do it on every single one, just so I can get it nice and tight. tighten this this unit up to the rebar. Want it nice and tight. Here is where your grounding wire is going to go. It's going to be inserted through there. Just pass it right through, like so. And I'll do it a couple times just to make sure that it's grounded very well. Get it in there nice and tight. If it's 2 or 3 times, you can do it. Just do it, just so you know you got a good ground set for your fence. Then you tighten it up. The hive, a screwdriver when you have a hive tool, huh? Let's see. Get your length. Ground to ground. And most chargers will be will have the color green and red. Your power source to your electric fence. Easy way to do it, just place it right on there and just spin it. Has a good connection by just braiding it with the existing line. And you can ensure that you're gonna have juice going there. And I will run another line from here to there. That way it flows. Your power flows. Alright, so we have everything set up like so onto your line. Make sure there's a connection that goes down below. That way it passes the current all the way around. And we also have these testers that will test the voltage. You know, you can invest some money. I think they're 20-30 bucks for a good one. Or you could just grab that and you'll know. So I never do that. I do not like to get shocked. So another trick is you could always back up your truck, put it on the AM radio, back it up, touch to your bumper. If you can hear that static of electricity flowing, you'll hear it in that AM radio. And that's a little trick I learned. So, and to the whole setup, you got to make sure that your ground and your electricity do not touch. Have it full sun, so our sunlight comes from there, this direction, flows that direction. So just try to make it where you're going to constantly get sunlight on this solar panel. You got your ground unit here, and right below you will have your little sticker here. Fire it up. There you go. Should we touch it? I think we're good. And that is how you set up your electric fence around your bee yard. Again, any type of bear, depending on the region that you live. We're here in Northern California and we have black bears. They will tear your hives up. You know, an adult bear will tear it up in a couple of them, 3 or 4 in a night. And if he's really after it, sometimes they don't even eat it, they just tear things up. So that's the risk we're not willing to take. Put your fence up and sleep well. All right guys, that is it for today on the electric fence. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, go down below, hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching guys.